Hey lazy plant friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a big chop on my Philodendron Glorious. If you're interested in seeing the next steps in the process, stay tuned. Okay, so before we get started with today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and get notified so you won't miss the next video. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about my Philodendron Glorious. And I'll insert a clip here of how tall she is actually compared to my size. Okay, so you look at that and you see, oh my God, it's so tall, it's so beautiful. But look at the leaves. It's giving nothing. This is how it should look. And this is what I have here.
Be nice.
I'm finding it.
It take you that long to
It
find
does. It does.
Make it make sense. So what we're going to do is chop all of that. We're going to chop all that down, propagate it, and hopefully get the plant that we want, get the leaves that we want. Okay, so what you're going to need today are scissors, some moss, and a bin. And maybe some perlite. Some perlite. Put some perlite in the moss as well. All right, so first things first, we're going to identify the nodes, which are right there. So we're going to cut, I wouldn't say here, we're going to cut maybe here. Right there where the node is. So we're going to get our scissors, make sure that they are sterilized. We're going to take that and we're just going to chop it right there. Okay, so you have that nice chop. And you bring it back some. Now you have this whole vine that we're going to work with. We're going to leave the rest of this inside the pot that it's currently in. Okay, so now we have this long vine. So we're going to be chopping each node. As you can see here, we have quite a few nodes that we're going to be chopping today. So now that we have our long vine that we chopped, we're going to start from the bottom and just work our way up, chopping at each of these nodes about 1 inch down below each node. Make sure your scissors are sterilized. So we're going to go, and that's our first one. We're going to let this callus for a little bit before we put it in our substrate. So I'm going to go through and chop the rest, and we'll come back and get the soil or the moss prepared. So for the substrate, you'll be needing moss and some perlite. I prefer long strand, thick moss. They tend to hold moisture longer, and I don't have the mold problem that often with this type of moss. So I'll show you how to mix it up, and then we'll let our plants callus over a bit, and then we'll get to sticking these inside of a bin. Okay, so I brought my bin up so you can actually see what I'm doing. So we're going to take some moss. Just going to put as much as I think I'm going to need. I'm not going to break it up just yet. Put that in here. Put a good amount of moss in here. So that's how much I'm putting in. Gonna put some water in that. Mix it with some perlite. Okay, so we're gonna pour some water. This also has my fertilizer mixed in. So we're gonna pour some water into here. We're gonna let that soak on up. We're not gonna break it up because we still want the fibers to remain long. So we're gonna let that soak up while our plants are callusing over. I'm also just going to throw some perlite in here as well. Do not breathe that in. Oh my god. So dusty. Okay. Pour some perlite in there. Get all that in there. So, gonna let that sit, let that absorb, and then once that is absorbed into that, I'll come back and we'll get to putting the plants in here. Okay, so now we're gonna mix this up. Get it all nice and mixed in here. You don't want to break it up. It should be moist, not soaking wet, but you should get some moisture out of that once you squeeze it, but not dripping wet. You don't want it to rot in there. So now that we got that done, it should look like this. Nice and airy in there. Another thing that I like to add is take root. I like to sprinkle it in there sometimes or dip the plants inside of it. Actually, hold on one second. Let me go get it. Okay, so I got it. It is this take root. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit in there so as to speed up the rooting process just a bit. So just going to sprinkle it inside of here. And just going to sprinkle that inside of there as well. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Okay. Put that in there. And then just mix that in there. All right. So now we're just going to take our plants, make sure that they're facing the right way. And we're just going to start nuzzling them inside of here, where the nodes are. Okay. Just nuzzling them inside. I'm just going to put these smaller ones in here because I have something else for the taller ones. I'm not too worried about the leaves. If the leaves rot off, that's fine. My little top piece. Okay. I have a bigger bin right now, but I haven't put my soil in it, so I don't want to take my soil out just yet for this. Actually, I might be able to stick all of these in here. Child, told you this is lazy planters, child, because I do not feel like getting up and getting another one, to be honest. Oh my god, see this? Too tall, so I'm just going to chop it here. And then just stick that in. I'm going to probably do something else with this. I'm going to put that to the side for now. Same with this one. Chop it. And stick it in. Alright. So now, just going to put the lid on. Good for ventilation. This should be good. Keep it in light, indirect light. And it should have roots within 4 to 6 weeks. Alright, lazy plant friends, that's it for today's video. If you want to see more propagation tips, more plant grow ups, if you want a plant tour, just leave a comment below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video. Bye.